1, 2, 3, wrestle you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam. Choke slam, hit you raw, this is wrestling with savage. Back down, hold the title, this is wrestling with savage.
The epitome of scrapping them toe to toe. We ride or die, my kingdom's with me, legendary up in my road. Terry limbs up on my pole, the ankle lock grip is accurate. Greek God in the flesh, every move is immaculate.
Savage kingdom march on bones. Savage kingdom fight, we reign. Savage kingdom march on bones. Savage kingdom fight, we reign.
I be the king of the ring, the mightiest force to be reckoned with. The unstoppable, immovable manager, cause an exodus of other voices making money, choices and wins. PG era is dead, the savage era begins.
Red and green, 1, 2, 3, wrestle you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam. Choke slam, hit you raw, this is wrestling with savage. Back down, hold the title, this is wrestling with savage.
The real boss of all bosses, pile drivers, hip tosses. We holding multiple titles while you keep stacking up losses. Roster talent that flosses, y'all can't even present a match. I'm in a tour in his army, breaking backs upon the mats.
Savage kingdom march on bones. Savage kingdom fight, we reign. Savage kingdom march on bones.
Yeah, I'm going to cut it right there because that's my client, Spencer Slade. And yes, this is the Savage era. This is no longer the PG era. And you know what? We might as well say it loud, we'll say it clear. It's probably going to be the Storms era too. I am wrestling,
motherfucker.
I am wrestling with Savage. This is DJ Storms, and this is the Super Wrestling Show brought to you by the two greatest talents in the world of professional wrestling. One in and out of the ring, one anywhere that wrestling is involved. He is there. He is with it. He is knowledgeable, whether you like it or not. So kiss my ass. You can kiss his ass. And while you're at it, maybe you might want to kiss Tony Khan's ass, because we're going to get right into it. You wanted to talk about it. Well, fuck it. Here it is, man. The internal reaction to Shane McMahon taking the meeting. They say, listen, Shane's a smart guy. He knows what he's doing. Go ahead, DJ Storms. What are your thoughts on this? Because it involves one of your favorite bookers of all time, Tony Khan.
I wouldn't necessarily call him one of my favorites of all time. Listen, he's only been at it for 5 years, but I'll tell you this. This could go either one of two ways. There's two routes that it could go. Let's talk about the positive route first, right? We all know that Tony Khan has had two major problems with AEW, specifically in the last year plus. And I've been very, very vocal about it. And if you've been paying attention, you already know it's the structure and the marketing. Now, granted, coming out of Forbidden Door, AEW Dynamite has been very well structured. Shit has made sense. Shit has flowed very nicely. The build towards All In has been very good. Matter of fact, the match card so far for All In is looking immensely better than last year. However, it's not happening at a fast enough pace. And then on top of that, you got the marketing issue, because Tony Khan, he doesn't know how to market his shows. Why is WWE selling out? Because they know how to market their shows. They know how to get the name out there. Shane McMahon is a businessman. I do believe he has a lot of connections in New York City. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he owns a business in New York City.
I don't say he's the king of New York.
He's what?
He's one of the kings of New York, my friend.
Pretty much, yeah. He's one of the kings of New York at this very moment. With the connections that Shane McMahon has in New York, it could definitely lead to a wider outreach for the AEW product. And I know that there have been some people out there that have been asking for AEW to potentially take over Madison Square Garden. So Shane McMahon could very well be the key towards getting Tony Khan in the door at Madison Square Garden. Now, the question is, can Tony Khan trust Shane McMahon? I don't know, because Shane McMahon, at the end of the day, he is McMahon. The McMahons are selfish. The McMahons are very, very sleazy. I don't know what his deal is. I'm not sure if he's going to try and pull a Bill Goldberg and make AEW all about himself. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. I just hope that Shane doesn't take advantage of Tony Khan's kindness, because if Shane genuinely wants to be a part of AEW and he wants to make AEW better from a backstage perspective and potentially do maybe 1 to 2 car crash matches throughout the year, then you know something? I'm not going to be overly critical about it. I'm going to wait and see how it plays out. Do they need him? No. Am I open to seeing what happens? Yes.
Listen, man, this could be epic. First of all, calling a man sleazy like Shane McMahon, who's a family man, he's got 3 kids. He's a good guy. He's very smart, very talented, very brave, also a billionaire. Never needed to put his body on the line the way he did over the years, but yet he did it anyway because that man really loves professional wrestling, and that tends to happen when you're born into it the way he was. With all that being said, he is one of the kings of New York, and he's one of the kings of media. He knows all the right people, has all the connections. And at the end of the day, when you do business, you do it in a contract. So there will be terms, there will be conditions. So it's kind of hard to be sleazy if Tony Khan signs on the dotted line and Shane signs on the dotted line, and both men obviously have to, at that point, follow obligations that have been contractually signed to. But I think Shane McMahon coming to AEW is something that could cause a massive shift in momentum. It could definitely draw tons of new eyes, maybe put more butts in seats, and get more people to stay home and watch TV if they know, hey, man, Shane might be on, Vince might come on. Maybe Shane and Vince are going to show up with a whole posse of WWF former guys, and they're, WWE versus AEW. I mean, maybe there's even a chance they just bring back the WWF as like some other kind of coined phrase or something. Imagine. I mean, you never know what's possible in this day of age. We've already seen things that have blown our minds in the last few years that we never thought we would see. A lot of things. So at this point, I welcome anything that's new and entertaining and different and getting people to work together. And if Shane is trying to work with AEW, that means, hey, guess what? The king of New York, Shane McMahon, I'm in New York. He likes wrestling. Well, maybe he should meet Wrestling with Savage because I got some ideas too, man.
Cheap plug. You always got to get that one in there.
It's just a fact, man. My booking is key. Money.
Fair enough. But we'll see how this plays out. I'm not sure. I'm not sure when it's going to be made public, but I'll tell you this. With the media rights deal potentially coming to an end and Warner Brothers keeping AEW, it would make sense to reveal Shane McMahon as a potential authority figure and a potential partner in business with Tony Khan at All In. That just makes the most sense.
Okay, just want to let everybody know that I am watching Impact, and we have a lot to look forward to tonight. I'll keep you posted on everything. Big things happening for TNA, for Impact. I mean, Joe Hendry over here doing his thing next week on NXT. Also, Rascals, back and forth between Impact and NXT. Joe Hendry merch is available. TNA, you can stream it now. It's only like $10 a month. You can't go wrong. We're going to look forward to this matchup right here. Mustafa Ali, Nick Nemeth is going to be coming up later tonight. And the World Championship is on the line. We'll see if Nick can retain his title. We're going to hear from Joe Hendry. But right now, we're watching the Rascals take on Trent Seven, Mike Bailey, and Kushida. That's a formidable team right there as well. But let's see what happens. I'm picking the Rascals on this one.
Yeah, I got the Rascals. The Rascals, they've been riding a huge wave of momentum right now. Right. I think they're just going to go all in with the Rascals, especially on both shows. It wouldn't surprise me if they win the NXT tag team titles. Wouldn't surprise me.
All right. Well, since we're talking about TNA, we're talking about WWE already with Shane McMahon so much. We might as well just get into the WWE weekly review, wrap it up with SmackDown first. SmackDown exclusive. DIY tells the Bloodline to come and get it. Interesting. You're calling out Jacob Fatu, perhaps? That's
you don't want to call out that motherfucker.
I like you, Johnny. Johnny TV, they call you, correct? I've never met you, but I like you. I think you're a really good talent. Really good. Underutilized, maybe, perhaps. And Ciampa, we met at WrestleMania. Listen, man. Calling out Jacob Fatu is the last thing you want to do, brother. Want to go home and see your family at the end of the night? Don't call out Jacob Fatu. Cody Rhodes says he's going to go alone against the Bloodline. And here's another idiot. Another idiot that's going to go against the Bloodline with Solo, with Jacob. You're asking for trouble.
It's WWE baby faces, dude. What the fuck do you expect?
He must know something. This little scoundrel, this little shit baby face must know something. He must think, or maybe Roman Reigns reached out to him.
Either way,
hey, Cody, don't worry, brother. I'm going to be there for you that night. This motherfucker thinks he's me. Fuck him. Me and you main event WrestleMania, not Solo.
I mean, you're not necessarily wrong, but either way, yeah, Roman's definitely coming back this week, and we are going to be off to the races towards a Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa match.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to get into our SummerSlam predictions. We're going to save that for when we're done with the WWE Weekly Review. We'll go right into the SummerSlam predictions. All my picks are already picked, by the way, Storms.
Yeah.
So it's going to be your segment. I'm going to go to you. You're going to tell me who you think's going to win each match, and we'll keep it moving because we have so much to discuss tonight. LA Knight defeated Santos Escobar. Did you watch SmackDown in its entirety?
I did, actually. I was able to catch up on SmackDown over the weekend because I actually watched Death Before Dishonor live, which, by the way, that was an excellent show. Excellent pay-per-view from start to finish. If anyone has the time, definitely go out of your way to watch it. Excellent matches across the board in the esports stadium. But SmackDown, yes, I did watch. It was a pretty standard show. Really nothing over the top. Nothing that I'm going to go back and rewatch. But they did what they needed to do. I just really, really wish that WWE would turn it up a little bit. And I did talk about this a couple times. The WWE, and I never use this term as a bad term. I never use this term in a negative light. But the WWE is becoming a little bit too predictable. It's becoming a little bit too organized.
100% agree with you.
Yeah, to a point where, let's be honest.
And that's rare, but they are becoming predictable. But there's a solution to that.
And here's the thing. Predictable is usually never bad. Predictable is not always bad as long as you give us an exciting road to that predictable outcome. And they haven't really been doing much to get us excited for SummerSlam other than the basic Rollins, McIntyre, Punk type of deal. The Bloodline obviously looked good, but the overall grand scheme of things, it's been a very basic, it's been a very blah build. It's like unseasoned chicken, if I'm going to be quite honest.
Well, they could have did more with Logan Paul and LA Knight. Yeah. I like when they first started doing the vignettes with the house and the cars and all that stuff. They should have did more stuff like that. I think made it even more personal. Maybe like LA Knight crashes Logan Paul like at a party.
Yes.
Like they make like a big production of it. It's like a party for Logan Paul for Prime, and he has to make a big speech, and LA Knight comes out and embarrasses him and pours Prime all over him, and they're beating the shit out of each other. Grandmas are flying, babies are dropping. Make it good. Make it exciting, like you said, but it's hard to make good content consistently. That's the problem.
It's actually not hard to make good content
consistently. It is when you're lazy, and they're lazy. They don't want to do it.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. Because you take a look at what happened coming out of Clash at the Castle. Coming out of Clash at the Castle, the entire SummerSlam card was pretty much confirmed without it being confirmed. We already had Gunther and Priest. We already had Nia Jackson Bayley. We already had Solo come out after Cody's victory at Clash at the Castle over AJ, and that match was all but confirmed. Then you had Rhea Ripley. She was already confirmed to come back. She's fighting Liv Morgan. Braun Breaker and Sammy, I mean, let's be honest. We all know what's going to happen there. And then they started building LA Knight and Logan Paul in May. So everything pretty much fell into place exactly how we all expected it to fall into place. But WWE did nothing leading up to the actual event.
Look, you're not wrong. It is predictable. That's why I'm telling you, I know everybody that's going to win in that night. You probably do too. I'm sure everybody does at this point. But for now, let's get back to Bianca Belair. Jade Cargill, they turned the tables on a sneak attack by the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Alba Fire and Isla Dawn and threw them out of the ring. Good looking match, right? But, I'm not interested because the WWE Women's Tag Team division is shit. Because where is the competition? Why are they just being handed title shots again? Where are the other teams fighting for these tag team titles? Why aren't Alba Fire and Isla Dawn squashing people on Raw or SmackDown as the tag team champions all the time, making us care about the titles? Storms, do you care about these titles?
No, I don't. And why should we when WWE hasn't done jack shit to make us care about these fucking titles?
What's up, Mick? Big shout out to you, Mick Thomas, and we appreciate you. And Around the Ropes podcast, make sure you go follow them. But Bianca Belair, at least she looks good no matter what she does. Jade's starting to get there at this point until she starts wrestling 15-minute matches, then it might become a problem. The tag team championship number 1 contenders gauntlet match. Now, this was good, and it should have also been the main event. Baron and Corbin and Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews defeated Legado del Fantasma, which that's a shock. I mean, I feel bad for Legado at this point because these guys have been losing all over the place since NXT.
Yeah, but I will say this: Apollo and Corbin, I can absolutely get behind them as a tag team.
Listen, I'll say this: Baron Corbin should be a future world champion before his days are done. He's a great worker.
He's gotten better. He's gotten better.
He's a pro, bro. He was in there with Roman Reigns, main eventing for a reason. I mean, you don't go in there main eventing pay-per-views unless you got it. He's got it. This was actually an overall good experience for the Street Profits, but here's my dilemma with this. You book the Street Profits super strong in this, where they're just scrapping team left and right, left. Then enter Bloodline, and what happens there? Let's talk about that in a moment after we talk about the Street Profits just going on an absolute rampage, defeating Pretty Deadly too. Look great. They've defeated the Good Brothers. It was a good match. It was great. But why? Why not book the Bloodline? Why not just book Jacob that just come in and destroy every team?
I don't understand why we're not getting Jacob Fatu versus Randy Orton at SummerSlam.
No, not yet.
Why? I mean, he's more than ready for a fucking SummerSlam match. He's fucking Jacob Fatu.
Wow. Look
shit,
at that.
man.
Look at Jacob Fatu, man.
I know, that's what I mean. He's fucking Jacob Fatu.
Look at him.
Why is he not?
He did. Listen, he did just get there. They have plans in place. I'm sure there are huge blockbuster plans for this man at the Rumble. I'm picking him now for my sleeper winner of the Rumble.
I think he's going to have a great performance. I don't think he's going to win. I think he's going to have a lot of eliminations.
If I was booking, I'd let this guy win and just go on a run right now for like a year or two, like guaranteed. He's an animal.
Punk is my top pick right now to win.
He's an animal. Who are you picking?
Punk.
Again,
right now,
Punk at the end?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Just to get injured till WrestleMania again?
Yeah, probably, because he's fragile.
What are we going to do? But Jacob Fatu, I don't care what you say. End of the day, they're booking this guy like a god, but they should have never booked the Street Profits to, beat 3 teams in a row, because then it just makes it look easy for Jacob to do this to them. They should have been the last team against a Bloodline team that just destroyed 4 teams or 3 teams, whatever it was. And then you come in and you get destroyed too, because Jacob is a fucking animal.
Yeah, that was a major problem right there. And another thing, I don't understand why we had to have that typical gauntlet match style ending. Very rarely do we ever see a team start from the beginning and they run the entire gauntlet. We've never seen that before. If you really wanted to make a team look strong, you should have done something like that. But the main issue that I have right now is it's either the Bloodline wins the titles from DIY and DIY is going to have a transitional title reign, or we end up seeing the Bloodline lose when they really shouldn't be losing because of a Cody Rhodes or a Kevin Owens or a Roman Reigns interference. That is my main problem with the Bloodline winning this, because right now the Bloodline don't need the tag team titles. It's way too early to give them the tag team titles. You want to have the Bloodline win them sometime in the fall? Fine. I got no problem about that, but at least fucking give DIY.
Well, don't forget. Listen, hold on. There's a lot happening right now. There's going to be new Bloodline members coming soon. Roman's coming back. I promise you. We're going to talk about that shortly, but, things are going to change. Anyway, let's just bang out Monday Night Raw. And, but yeah, again, Jacob, my God, look at this guy. Just absolute animal. Like, look at that suicide drop, like the fierceness, bro. Baddest guy in the WWE right now.
I got to give him credit. I mean, he got himself in phenomenal shape.
Baddest guy in the WWE right now. I promise you that. We get to these two jabronis over here having issues with each other. I guess they're not working well together lately. And again, Austin Theory gets just laid out with one punch again. Do you care at all about any of this?
No, and to be quite honest with you, it's actually quite shameful because these two are great together. They barely got a fucking tag team title run, and they are made to look like absolute fucking jokes. They are. Now Austin Theory is getting knocked out by a fucking boxer.
I don't even know what's going to happen with that. Like, they didn't set up a match or anything. I mean, I'm watch at SmackDown. Something happens, and they're going to have some kind of last minute match.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even watch boxing anymore.
I don't watch boxing, period.
I really don't. It's boring, man. It's fake half the time.
Every fight is the same
fake than wrestling.
Every fight is the same.
Yeah, everybody's like Mayweather right now, just playing defense.
Yeah, it's punches, it's submission holds, it's kicks, and then the judges mostly end up deciding the contest.
And then we get to the main event. Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax defeated Bayley and Michin. Tag team action. Like I said, this should not have been the main event. That gauntlet should have been the main event, especially since there were title implications. You know, that's the main event. No titles are on the line here. But this is what you're going to see at SummerSlam, okay? I promise you this is what you're going to see at SummerSlam. Because right now we're going to get into our SummerSlam picks, and we'll get right back to Bayley. I'm picking LA Knight here. Who you got, Storms?
I mean, it's pretty obvious. LA Knight needs to win. He should have won the title last year, but listen, better late than never. He needs to win this, because if he doesn't win this, then it's ultimately going to hurt him more, because he's been doing nothing but losing big matches since November.
Great take. He's going to win. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, special guest referee. You see my choice. I'm telling you right now, Seth is 100% going to just piss off Punk. Punk is going to do something stupid to Seth. Seth is going to snap. Drew is winning this match.
So a lot of people have been talking about this match as having a similar feel to what we got at SummerSlam 1997 between The Undertaker and Bret Hart, with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee. And I can definitely see that happening. I can definitely see Rollins getting so pissed off that he ends up going to hit Drew with the chair. He ends up hitting Punk, and then Drew McIntyre gets the win. I mean, regardless, I do think that this is probably the most unpredictable match on the show. And either way you look at it, it is going to end up being a fun contest from start to finish. I'm going to go with you. I got Drew McIntyre taking the W here.
And who do you got with Nia Jax and Bayley? I'm telling you right now, this girl Nia Jax, to me, locked, loaded, ready, and to me, deserving. Bloodline member, we can do things here. I'm going with her.
I don't think she's going to win. She's not going to win. Instead, Bayley's just going to retain by the skin of her teeth. Nia Jax is going to get pissed off, beat the shit out of Bayley, and then in swoops Tiffany Stratton and cashes in, and Tiffany's going to walk out of SummerSlam with that championship.
I don't think so. I think we're going to see that at the end of the night, but we'll find out.
Fucking Tiffy time, baby.
I think Tiffy time's coming at a later time. Listen, Tiffy time is great. This is a good storyline right here. That's why she needs to win, because then you tease it. Think about that tease over the next course of the year on the road to WrestleMania. The whole time, Nia Jax is the champion, and she's hanging out with the Money in the Bank winner, and always watching her back. She'd say, you know, in her mind, she'll probably say, "I'd rather have her closer to me than not know anything." And it's going to make for good storytelling. That's what I see happening. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to keep an eye on it.
Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan. I'm going with Liv Morgan. I'm going with either Dom screwing Rhea or Finn Balor saving Liv Morgan.
It's a possibility we could get Finn Balor involved in this. It's definitely a possibility we could get Finn Balor involved in this. I would not be shocked at all if Finn Balor ends up being the guy that was pulling the puppet strings all along. But I'll probably go with the safe route right here. I do believe that Dom could potentially be the one to cost Rhea Ripley. That makes the most sense, and that turns Rhea Ripley into an even bigger babyface.
Rosemary's in action right now, live on TNA Impact. You can watch anytime on Access TV. Watch along with us. Keep us posted on what's happening over there. I'll try to keep you posted as best as I can, but we got a lot to talk about. We're still talking about SummerSlam, giving out our picks, and we're going to talk right now. This should be easy. I don't even think this is a discussion, Storms. I think Braun Breaker kills him and takes the title and is your new IC champion.
Oh, by far. This is what they were building towards. Of course, Braun wasn't going to win at Money in the Bank. It wasn't the time. Now he's going to do it in front of a bigger stage, in front of a bigger crowd. It is going to work out a lot better than any of us could have ever anticipated. Braun Breaker is going to be the new Intercontinental Champion, and Sammy, he could very well be involved in War Games on Roman Reigns' side, I think it could be Roman, it could be Jay, it could be Sammy, it could be Jimmy, Jay, Roman, Sammy, and potentially, I don't know if they're going to include Cody, but it's a possibility. And then on Solo's side, you're going to have Solo, you're going to have Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Jacob Fatu, and the rumored Hikuleo, who has signed with the WWE according to recent reports, and that will be the fifth man of Solo's bloodline.
Now, this is definitely going to happen. That's why they've been putting Sammy with Jey Uso, because Sammy's going to turn to Jey after this loss. I wouldn't be surprised if Jey Uso comes out either during or after this match to help Sami Zayn to the back, because he's probably not going to be able to walk, for one. But yeah, you're going to see Sami Zayn and Jey Uso become tag team champions, mostly because of this. And Braun Breaker is going to be the cause of that.
I don't think they're going to become tag team champions, but I do think they're going to get a tag team title shot.
Judgment Day is about to fall apart, so those titles are,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Gunther is the winner here. I predicted this.
Judgment Day is about to fall apart. That's why I'm telling you, I think they're going to be tag team champions, because if Judgment Day falls apart, they got to lose the titles too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, I see Gunther winning this. Gunther right now, he's about to pull another reign like he did with the Intercontinental title, like he did with the NXT United Kingdom Championship. Would not be surprised if they end up having him surpass Roman's reign, although I would not really advocate for it because it's not really needed. Regardless, we're about to get another historical title reign from Der General Gunther. Damian Priest has been very serviceable in the role that he has been in, but it is Gunther's time. Yeah,
no, we might not see Gunther lose this title till maybe Braun Breaker takes it off him in like 2 or 3 years. It's going to be wild. They're about to make this guy a wrestling god. That is the plan. And I don't think, I know, but they want to make him like a real, statistical, marketable. He's going to be in movies. He's going to be Hollywood. You're going to see this guy playing movies with The Rock one day, like for some James Bond shit.
We'll see. We'll see.
This guy's a beast. It's his time. I love Damian. Damian has been great, but you're not Gunther. Cody Rhodes, Solo Sikoa. Cody's definitely going to retain with the help of someone. Roman Reigns and maybe some new bloodline members. We should see some major implications at the end of this match that will tease the next few months of storytelling. Maybe we even see the final boss. Maybe we see The Rock come out here.
It's a possibility, but I'm going to go with a prediction here. Roman and Solo is going to be a match at Bash in Berlin. That's going to be a match at Bash in Berlin, and then it's ultimately going to result in a Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood. If it's not Punk and McIntyre,
it might last till Survivor Series War Games or some shit. Though.
Oh no, it will.
We're going to see. I think we're going to see Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, The Rock, and like 2 new bloodline members, Zilla Fatu and maybe Hikuleo over there, versus Solo's bloodline.
It's a possibility.
With a new member or something like that. It's going to be something along those lines. I don't know exactly who yet. I don't think anybody does, but stay tuned. But yeah, we pretty much are on point. The only one we disagreed on was Bayley Nia Jax. So that's interesting. Okay.
Not to put some money on that.
Some money, or maybe how much money do you want to put on that?
I don't know. We'll have to talk about that. But I'll tell you one thing that we do agree on, and it's the fact that history is going to be made this fall.
Yes, history is going to be made this fall. But before your history is made, you want to get into your history? Is that what you're trying to do?
I mean, you want to talk about high intensity? We could talk about high intensity in that great match that the Amazing Red and Swerve Strickland had. But history will be made this fall, because for the first time in over 5 fucking years, I will bring professional wrestling back to the Elmwood Park Rec Center. I am partnering up with East Coast Professional Wrestling to present Battle in the Borough on Saturday, October 19th, 2024. Anthony Gangone is going to be there. He is ready for battle. He is one of the greatest unsigned talents in the state right now. They call him Dr. Sleep. The Audacity, former 2-time Outlaw Professional Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They will be on the show. They are indeed ready for battle. You are not going to want to miss it. Main event, Michael Mars, 30-plus year veteran. He is ready for battle. He will be at the show, and anyone that wants to step to this grizzled vet, beware, beware. Do not let his experience or his age fool you. He could still kick your fucking ass. Marcus Mathers, 21-year-old prodigy. I saw him steal the show with Ray Calitri last November in West Milford at an ISPW event. Marcus Mathers is the real deal. He is ready for battle. He will be there at the Elmwood Park Rec Center, and he will make his debut inside the Elmwood Park Rec Center. He will be making history. Mateo Marcelos, first time that he will be stepping into the Elmwood Park Rec Center himself, and he is one hell of an individual. He is incredibly slick, King Slick, as I like to call him. He's going to be making his way to good old EP, and he is indeed ready for battle. We're going to see if he can make history and he can get his first victory inside the Elmwood Park Rec Center. Tiffany Avatar, the cotton candy princess. I know a lot of people will gravitate towards her. She is indeed ready for battle. She is building a resume of her own. She is a champion in multiple promotions right now, and she is looking to add another accolade to her resume, and that is a victory in the great town of Elmwood Park, New Jersey, my backyard, and she's going to be live inside the Elmwood Park Rec Center. The Now. When do you want it? I fucking want it now, and you're going to get it on October 19th, 2024. The Now, record-breaking, 3-time ISPW World Tag Team Champions, former Outlaw Professional Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the greatest unsigned tag team up and down the East Coast by far. The Now will be in the Elmwood Park Rec Center. They are indeed ready for battle. So if you want it now, get your fucking tickets, baby. Rick Recon, the heavy metal hitman. He is one of the fastest rising stars. Matter of fact, not even a rising star. He is a motherfucking star in professional wrestling. No doubt about it. He is building a strong resume for himself. He's an Ace Pro Wrestling world champion. He wrestled in Titan Championship Professional Wrestling. He's a record-setting 2-time ISPW World Heavyweight Champion. There are not many individuals to win that title 2 times or more. And he is indeed one of those individuals. He is ready for battle. Who's he facing? Well, you're just going to have to wait and see. But he is indeed ready for battle, and he's going to be in the Elmwood Park Rec Center. And of course, you cannot forget about the timeless Crowbar. Crowbar, 33-plus year veteran, former WCW hardcore champion, tag team champion, cruiserweight champion, 3-time ISPW World Heavyweight Champion. He's wrestled in every single major wrestling promotion throughout history. TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, WWE, WCW, even made an appearance on AEW Dark. The man has done it all, and he will be in the main event of Battle in the Borough. He put on a classic the last time he wrestled in the Rec Center back at Rescue Mania YouTube tapings in Elmwood Park on April 7th, 2019, where he lost the Rescue Mania Heavyweight Championship to the Green Machine, Mike Orlando. Shout out to Big Mike Orlando. He looks to redeem himself because he is main eventing the show against NWA's technical powerhouse known as Spencer Slade, accompanied by my co-host tonight, Mr. Savage. And Savage, he is incredibly confident. He is ready for battle, and he is elected to.
First of all, sir, let me correct you. Are you done?
I was about to say that you've elected to put your own brand's title on the line.
Are you done? Are you done? Are you done right now? Are you done? Because are you ready to get a shoot right now, Mr. Booker? You want to sit there and play Booker, man, and tell Savage what he's going to do? You're lucky you even had enough money to pay me to show up to this event, to show up to this shit place called Elmwood Park Rec Center. You talk about it with so much love. You talk to Rick Recon, you love him too. All right, Crowbar, he's timeless. Let me tell you something right now, brother. My clients are the absolute top of this industry. Cream of the crop. Right now, you still haven't sent the check for one of my clients yet. So he's not even booked here yet. You might have to go mortgage your house. I don't even think you have enough money to pay him. But besides that, Savage will be at your event. Obviously, you want Savage there because, I bring the absolute best. So, yeah, you'll get that. But that means you also have to deal with me, Mr. Booker, man, okay? And Mr. Booker, man, I don't know out of your clients right now. You said we have a match with this guy. This guy, my guy has a match with this guy. Right now, there's no match. There's no match. And I'll tell you why there's no match as of right now. The reason there's no match of right now, Crowbar is not even worth our time. If he steps in the ring with Spencer Slade, if he steps in the ring with one of my other prospects that I have, and trust me, I have about 5-6 on the line right now that could take over the business along with Slade and company. Savage Kingdom is growing strong. Crowbar is not even worth my time. Rick Recon is not worth my time. If I get in the ring with him and I bring in 2 clients to face the only thing that they will be doing from now on is sitting on their couch watching Monday Night Raw from home. Okay? That's what I think about the now. Tiffany Avatar, I got a client for her. Too. She's actually a high flyer, isn't she?
Maybe.
Not for long. Not for long, DJ Storms, because you're right. All these people you mentioned, they're going to be there. They're all ready for battle. Interesting. The Greeks invented battle. And come October 19th, 2024, the one thing I can promise you is this. Maybe you will see Crowbar get retired. Maybe you'll see Rick Recon just get dropped on his head 14 times in a row. I'm not exactly sure what you're going to see that night, but I promise you, it will be savage. Every moment of it. And you're not going to want to miss it. Stay tuned. I'm going to work it out with the Booker, man. If he has enough money, I'll see if I can get his...
I'm giving your own brand's championship a fucking showcase in the main event of my first ever motherfucking show. So you're going to fucking show up.
Oh, we're going to show up. The title will be on the line. But who I let defend it, that's up to me, sir. And it depends who you really... pay me for. You gotta pay. You pay for what you get. You pay for what you get. You want Slade? You gotta pay Slade money.
And I'll be paying him fucking money. I'll have a nice top tier envelope with the cash for him as soon as he walks in the fucking door.
And we don't want no bullshit. We want our own section in the locker room. I don't even want to look or smell. And that shit better smell good. It better smell good in there.
What you want it to smell like a fucking field of daisies? I'll make it smell like a fucking field of daisies.
I didn't say daisies, just fucking...
What the fuck do you want?
Manageable, God damn it, I don't want to smell ass!
You're not! You're not! You arrogant son of a bitch.
October 19th in this dumb Elmswood Park Rec Center, Savage is going to show up. And I'm going to make sure you all go home. And you're going to see something that night that you're never going to forget because I got a surprise for DJ Storms. He thinks he has everything under control. He doesn't understand what he has unleashed here on you poor folks. I feel bad, too, because New Jersey, let's be honest, IQ is very fucking medium rare.
Well, that I can agree with. If they didn't have me, they'd have nothing going for it. But we already got the main event. It's Crowbar and Slade for the Savage Heavyweight Championship.
He thinks it's Crowbar. I haven't seen the money yet. God damn it.
Shut up already. Let me promote my show because I was going to say that tomorrow I will be announcing match number 2. Match number 2 will be announced tomorrow afternoon. So set your notifications because on the 2nd, across all platforms of social media, match number 2 will be confirmed. All of these individuals, including the incomparable Greek Savage, are ready for battle. Are you? Well, if you are, please make sure you get your tickets. They're $25 at the door. You can DM me, serious inquiries only, or you can call 201-507-2577.
I'll give you credit, little Booker guy, because honestly, it does take a lot to run a show and, deal with everything that comes with that. So I'll give you the credit for getting it done at a young age, too. I still don't think you have any idea what you're getting yourself into here and the road, because you're gonna get addicted.
I am addicted to the fucking glory.
You're gonna get even more addicted. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe
this ain't the only one.
Maybe
We'll
you could
taking
be
over Saddlebrook next.
Maybe you could be New Jersey's savior.
I am, motherfucker.
Oh, he is. He is.
Anyway, let's talk about high intensity.
Yeah, high intensity was absolutely one hell of an incredible experience. I had such an amazing time. Just to give you a little peek into it, you know, packed fucking house. So enjoy the footage. Not yet. Who's this guy? John. Champion? Is that the fucking future of WWE? Here with Silla, Fatu! It's going down, a house of glory! Becoming savage. This is called being savage. Being here for a match like this between Swerve Strickland and Amazing Red. Wow.
Whatever you do, just make sure that Swerve, all right, has any...
Hold up, Shadow, relax.
Sit, Shadow. What the hell is this?
Relax. He want to see you dance.
Whoa. What?
Dance.
Okay.
Dance.
I'm dancing.
Yeah.
That dog
What's
wrong with that dog, huh?
Ain't nothing wrong.
Whoa.
You crazy.
Get him out of
You
here.
are fucking crazy. Keep dancing. Dance. Come on, Shadow. I like that dance.
Yeah, what a crazy night. Absolutely crazy night at Hog. Watching Swerve, watching Nana, being Nana's personal guest, working with Prince Nana. Obviously, if you don't know, the coffee is very good, and we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, there it is right there, Prince Nana Coffee. Head on over to Google, look for Prince Nana Coffee, coupon code SAVAGE. Pick yourself up the best coffee in the world, and that's how you can have energy like a savage. There's Nana meeting with some of the fans. Me with Zilla over there. Nice little shot of the setup over there. Hog has a very, very nice setup. JD from New York just hanging out there doing commentary. So
Solid Monster as well. Shout out to him.
Yeah. A lot of people doing their thing over there, man. A lot of people doing their thing, including
Congratulations
Savage.
to Zilla too, by the way.
Yeah, new champ, man. Looks good. Me and Swerve over there. Like I said, got to sit down, break bread again with Swerve Strickland. Damn near.
Garments.
Yeah, your boy John Blaine over there. See where John Blaine's sitting right there?
Yeah.
Could have been you, DJ Storms.
Now listen, I had shit to do. What do you want from me?
Could have been
I
you.
had shit to do.
Why hang out with AEW
One
World
day
Champion?
we're gonna get Swerve in Elmwood Park. I'll tell you.
Why hang out with the AEW World Champion? I mean, I did ask you, right?
Yes, I know. I understand.
I did. That could have been you.
It was a
right
last
there.
minute thing. What do you want me to do?
Could have been you. Next Man Up was also fucking badass. Make sure you check out Battlefield on YouTube, Battlefield Pro Wrestling. A couple of announcements. I'm working with Prince Nana now. I'm representing him, and I'm a manager for his coffee brand. I now am the YouTube director for the Battlefield Pro Wrestling organization. So I will be working with all the talent there immensely to bring you incredible content from the battlefield, whether it be ringside camera shots of action, full matches, podcasts from the students, podcasts from celebrities and stars, and more importantly, Bloodline members. Yes. Oh, yes. A lot of shit is coming up. I'm putting in the work over here. Don't forget about Battle in the Borough, October 19th, like DJ Storms was telling you. This week, I did the WWE Weekly Update. You can watch it. I didn't do the AEW Weekly Update this week. For the first time ever, I actually just tapped out. Couldn't make it. I literally woke up at 8 o'clock, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going back to sleep.
To be quite honest with you, we all need that.
I was fried, so I needed that rest. But tonight, you're watching the greatest wrestling podcast in the world, where we cover everything professional wrestling, as you can see, from WWE to House of Glory, where you can see matches like Swerve Strickland and Amazing Red. Super Wrestling Show. This is episode number 8. We made it this far. After this show is done at 10 o'clock, you can head on over to the Party with Marty podcast and check out this week's guest, Jimmy Corderas, 22-year veteran. And Storms, that episode was absolutely incredible. If you watch it, you're going to hear Jimmy's experience when he was in the ring when Owen Hart died, because Jimmy was there. And you'll hear his traumatizing story, what happened, and the events preceding that. And you get Marty's response to that. And we're also talking later on in the show about that whole, did you hear in the news, the chair shot fiasco? Jimmy Corderas made a video with a steel chair saying that, it hurts when you get hit with a steel chair, referring to the match between the Blood and Guts match where Darby Allin, was it Darby Allin? No, was it Jack Perry? Jack Perry.
And Jack Perry.
Yeah, Jack Perry took the chair shot from Briscoe, and it was brutal. I was hoping he was going to hit the cage. He didn't hit the cage. That was all head. And apparently QT Marshall called out Jimmy Corderas, talking a lot of shit. Saying, hey, you don't know what we do to those chairs, and we get them ready. And there's a whole response to it. You can hear it on the show. Jimmy Corderas lays it out, what QT Marshall told him. So some very interesting content tonight on the Party with Marty podcast. I'll put it to you like this. Expect to see those parts of that episode on the wrestling news over the next couple of days. 100%. We're making the dirt sheets again at the Party with Marty.
Shout out to Marty, by the way, man. Marty's doing his thing.
He's going to be busy this weekend. He's at that gathering in North Carolina. So he's going to be with a lot of his old school friends. Hopefully the camera girl, Addie, does a great job and gets us some exclusive content. And he's working very hard to, he's changed his life. Like when you watch this episode tonight, Storms, you're going to see the healthiest, most present Marty Jannetty you've seen in maybe 10 years.
And something that is a great thing. Very great thing to see, and I'm very, very happy. It shows that it's not too late. Glad that he's doing well. And Marty, if you're watching this, you already know you got DJ Storms on your side.
Yeah, definitely check it out if you can later tonight. You can also watch it anytime. When I'm on vacation, I'll be making sure to premiere the interview with Marty Jannetty, where I'm going to do a very intimate sit-down interview with him. We're going to talk a lot. I'm going to try to make it like the quintessential Marty Jannetty interview. Like anybody that ever wants to find out about Marty Jannetty, you're going to watch this episode. You're going to know everything. Going over to wrestlingwithsavage.com, you can see all my upcoming events. You can check out the shop. I got a lot of merch for 4 different brands, with more coming. Maybe I'm going to have to give DJ Storms a brand over there too. And we need a new video, by the way. I'm working on a new video for this show specifically. For this show specifically, because it deserves it. It's a good show. You can meet DDP September 28th at the Wrestling Universe. He will be there. Buy tickets now at wrestlinguniverse.com. And a big shout out to Jack Balian, the owner of the Wrestling Universe. If you go to their Facebook page, there is a GoFundMe right now. The store needs a lot of help. Jack needs a lot of help. He's got a lot of medical bills. So big shout out to Jack. I hope you're feeling better. And if you can, please go over to the wrestlinguniverse.com Facebook page, Instagram page. If you're a fan of Matt Cardona, Major Figure Network, they have it on their page too. They put it out there. Also, Brian Myers donated $500. Matt Cardona donated $500 to this GoFundMe to help Jack. That's how much they love him. That story means a lot to everybody in the community of Queens. So just big shout out to them. Moving on to Monday Night Raw. I'm not going to lie to you. Listen, man, this Raw was a hard watch. That first segment, before we get to that first segment, Braun Breaker, by the way, refused to be interviewed all night. And DeVille, Baszler, Stark, they were attacked backstage. I don't think anybody cares. Special guest, referee, Seth freaking Rollins, laid down the law with CM Punk, Drew McIntyre prior to their SummerSlam showdown. And this was, to me, a shit show. It was cringy at times. I didn't like it. Maybe even unnecessary. Storms, maybe you have a different take on it.
If anything, this was probably one of the only good things about the show. Now listen, the show was absolutely a hard watch. It definitely felt like a show where they were just coasting, and they pretty much just said, yeah, you know what? Let's just do what we need to do. We're going to do the bare minimum to get us through the show and get us to SummerSlam in Cleveland, Ohio. But this opening segment was actually one of the better things on the show. It did what it needed to do. It wasn't the strongest. But then again, we're kind of at a point, even with this feud, where we're like, all right, let's just get to SummerSlam. And that was pretty much it.
Prince Nana, and you know who? The Greek Savage. Tell him, Savage.
I'm here with Prince Nana outside a House of Glory. We're getting ready to watch some professional wrestling tonight. And there's no better way to get ready for some professional wrestling than maybe with the best coffee in the world today, Prince Nana Coffee. No wonder Savage is so hyped. It's time for professional wrestling.
That's
here
right.
With Prince Nana.
That's right. And he's the next greatest manager after Prince Nana.
That's true. That's true. We'll see you later tonight here at House of Glory.
It's fantastic. Absolutely fucking fantastic. It's almost, dare I say, shocking to see Prince Nana without the whole crown getup. By the way, Savage, your mic is muted.
Yeah, well, that's because I was coughing my ass off, because that right there was crazy to just listen to Nana call me what I am, which is the next greatest manager. And like I said earlier, you can pick up the coffee, Prince Nana Coffee, coupon code Savage. That's the last time I'll spam that one tonight. But I really want to sell his coffee. It's actually really good. I got a couple coming in the mail right now. Storms, I'll be making sure to send you some so you can have some of that Nana coffee as well. But back to Monday Night Raw, which was a stale show for me. I dare say I might have even fallen asleep during that first segment. The Creed brothers defeated Otis and Tozawa. And this week on Busted Open, Bully Ray said that this girl over here, what's her name again? Maxine Dupree. Yeah, she is supposedly, he's comparing her to Stacy Keibler. So I want your take on that, and I want your take on what we saw from Otis. I'm happy that we're seeing more from Otis, but I feel like we're getting away from one of the greatest stories they've had this year, which is Otis and Gable. And now we're just being forced into this, very quickly. Like everybody was clamoring and bitching and moaning. And this goes back to WWE just caving into fans' demands yet again. Why are they even in the ring? Why is this match even happening? Where the fuck is the character development? Like,
the fact that they're wrestling, that is a good thing.
I know you love it. You love it.
That is a good thing. However, they're doing it like you just talked about, at the expense of a great story between Gable and Otis, which realistically should have resulted in a match at SummerSlam. Now, Bully Ray wants to compare Maxine to Stacy Keibler. In terms of looks, maybe. But again, Maxine Dupree, she's not a professional wrestler. She is a manager strictly. But listen, the Wyatt Six, they look pretty damn good. It's pretty crazy to see Dexter Loomis with dreads. It almost looks fake. It's almost. It almost.
What do you think about their moveset so far from what we've seen limited?
I mean, so far from a limited perspective, it's pretty innovative. I want to see more of what they can do. I want to see what other innovative moves and tag team maneuvers that they can pull off.
So what you're saying is 2 rock bottoms is innovative.
No, I'm talking about not the 2 rock bottoms. I'm talking about the pop-up power bomb onto.
Okay, yeah, that was nice. That was nice.
Yeah, that was innovative. I want to see more from Eric Rowan because Eric Rowan, he's always been very underrated. I don't think he's gotten enough appreciation, especially in the last couple of years. But we'll see what happens.
For me, this was actually my favorite part of the night, mostly because of that visual. That was actually a cool looking visual. And it definitely got my attention. I was like, what? Like, damn, they're already like, that's it. This match is happening. There's that powerbomb spot you were talking about. I just feel like it's being forced on us a little too quickly, but that's just me. Big Bronson Reed defeated Sheamus. Of course, Pete Dunne had to come in there and interfere and get his.
Well, Bronson needed the win, so I'll give him that.
Yeah, but it wasn't a clean win, so it doesn't even matter.
And win's a win.
That's true. That's true.
Win's a win.
But if you want to get book strong, you got to win clean. These guys also, by the way, this match was short too. This match should have been given like 15, 20 minutes. It would have been better. And then have Pete Dunne come in. So at least we get a great, like long, meaty match because this is 2 huge dudes going at it in the ring. Look at Pete Dunne, that piece of shit. What a great guy. What a great character.
Damn shame that Tyler Bate got injured. Dude, the fucking injury bug, man. This is the worst year for injuries in pro wrestling I've ever seen.
Well, you know why that is? It's because there's more pro wrestling than there's ever been. These guys are wrestling on the road 300 days a year again.
I understand that, but dude, there was no difference in 2021, no difference in 2022, no difference in 2023. But holy shit, dude, the injury bug has never been this bad.
Well, prayers out to everybody that's injured. We don't want to see anybody get injured. I never want to see anybody get injured. Carlito, shout out to him. Still looking good, making Jey Uso look good. And I'll get into this. JD from New York said this week that Jey Uso is never going to be a world champion. He's not a main event player. He's not ready. I can't completely agree with that. I just don't think the time is right for him right now. There's other guys like, CM Punk in the mix. You got Gunther in the mix. There's guys coming up like Braun Breaker, Dragunov. Cody Rhodes is not going anywhere anytime soon. Where does it fit in for Jey Uso to win a title? Do you think maybe JD's correct, or what do you think?
I had to stop listening to him, and I'll explain why. I
only heard a clip. I don't listen to him. I just heard a clip from TikTok or Instagram or some shit while I was scrolling.
For those of you that do not know, he was the main reason why I'm doing what I'm doing today. Without him, then the last 7 years of my life doing this and being DJ Storms would not be possible. The reason why I don't listen to him anymore, and I'm not saying that he does this every time, but I would say a good chunk, at least half of the things that he's saying, he's saying things just to get a rise out of people. He says things that are going to get him the most clicks and engagements. Why? Because more clicks and engagements means more eyes on you. More eyes on you means more people watching the stream. More people watching the stream means more.
Yeah, bottom line is you make more fucking money. Yes. It's all about money. You know that.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, he's not being objective anymore. That's what differentiated him from everyone else. What differentiated him is that he wasn't preaching his own opinions. He was telling the truth. And that's exactly what I do. I tell you the truth. But since then,
at the end of the day, it's still opinions, because the truth is a matter of, factual opinions and everything combined. And, what you say is not necessarily everyone's truth. It's your truth.
Well, the truth isn't subjective. Remember that. But I will tell you this. What he said,
it's subjective to the person's perception. I'll tell you that.
Well, what he said in terms of Jey Uso, he is correct. He is correct. Jey Uso, it's definitely becoming more obvious that Jey Uso, he has a very limited move set. He does not really have the capacity to be a main event guy outside of the entrance and the crowd reception. But again, if you do not wrestle like a main event guy, you should not be in a main event position like that. The last top tier main event match that he really had was probably the match with Gunther on Raw in February. I mean, the match that he had with Priest was very good, but Gunther, he's just on another level. He had a great match with fucking Seth Rollins back in December. But from an overall perspective, JD, in terms of this one topic, he is correct.
Oh, listen to all those names I mentioned before, and then you can add, names like Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Roman Reigns coming back in the mix, Brock Lesnar maybe coming back in the mix, Randy Orton can never be counted out, John Cena's back for his final year. There's so many other names to put in that pool of next potential champions for either storyline or for growth and character strengthening, but I just don't see it in the cards for Jey Uso. Unfortunately, he may go down as one of those tag team guys that was never able to just, get the title, the world title, just like a Marty Jannetty, unfortunately.
Well, at the end of the day, listen, if Jey Uso can somehow, develop that main event in-ring skill, then you know what? Maybe he may break through. But from an overall perspective, at least...
he's a good worker, and he's over right now. But the problem is he's over right now. Just because you're over right now doesn't mean you're going to be over next year. Like, unlike a lot of other pictures, at the end of the day right here, look, Storms, I'm keeping this picture up for a reason. People are on their fucking feet. Look at them.
Yeah, because of the theme song and the hand gesture, not because
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's his package. It's his package. It's all part of the package. Whether it's the music, the lights, the dancing, the clothes, the this or the that, the character, it's all one package. And they are on their fucking feet. And Jey Uso's the one out there standing up. He's the only one in the fucking ring.
Championship material.
He's over, is all I'm saying. If there was going to be a time to pull a trigger on anything like that, it would be like now during this Heat era. Because, it might go away. It might go away. You don't know. I don't know. Karrion Kross defeated Xavier Woods. Another useless match to me. This doesn't elevate Karrion Kross at all, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of this random-ass storyline that came out of nowhere. I still don't like what they're doing with the tag team guys. Like I said, put the shoulder pads on these guys. Let Ellering bless them as the new Legion of Doom or whatever they wants to call them. The Legion of Boom. I don't give a fuck. Give them something. Just put the shoulder pads on these guys. Let them have a great reset. Let them go win tag team championships. And then maybe Karrion Kross can then win a world championship with guys like that. Like protect.
I'm just happy Kross won. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he won, but who cares?
Kross is finally getting momentum. He's on a 2-match winning streak.
Whoa.
I know. It's crazy.
He must be the favorite for the Rumble now.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it. No, I'm kidding. Dirty Dom, he lost to Sami Zayn.
Yeah, another match I didn't give a shit about. Yeah. Jey Uso coming in with the spear.
Very, very, very lame overall show. Braun Breaker, though, he is your next Intercontinental Champion. That's for sure.
Mike, yeah, like I said, it's always opinions.
No, Mike, listen, it's the truth, man. He doesn't wrestle like a main event guy. You want to see someone wrestle like a main event guy? You watch MJF. You watch Drew McIntyre. You watch Seth
Braun Breaker. Watch Braun Breaker. That's a main event guy.
Watch Braun Breaker.
Main event guy. Swerve Strickland, main event guy. Will Ospreay, main event guy. Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson, main event guys.
Even Sammy.
Yeah.
Sammy is a main event guy. The matches that he's delivered, he's showcased it.
Yeah.
I mean, this
Sonya
match.
Deville, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark defeated Lyra Valkyria, Kaden Cardi, Katana Chance in a match that I definitely do not give a shit about. Unlike what David LaGreca said on Busted Open, fuck Damage Control. They still fucking suck. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. Fuck them. You want to make them a tag team? There should only be 2 of them. Get Dakota Kai in the women's division.
Well, here's the thing. All 9 of these women are great at what they do. You want to?
I love Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. I'm just specifically talking about Damage Control. Can eat my ass, and what they're doing to Lyra Valkyria is a shit show. She came in like a blaze of fucking glory, getting the rub from the hottest woman wrestler in the world, merch-wise, Becky motherfucking Lynch. And what do they do with it? They shit the fucking bed.
She should have won Queen of the Ring. I'm just gonna throw it out there. She should have won.
Why not? Yeah, with the run she just had, fuck yeah.
But either way, listen, all 9 of these women are great at what they do. The problem is that no one gives a fuck about women's faction warfare. You want to know why? Because the women's division right now is a complete shit show. There's no competitive women's division. We need rankings. We need challengers for the women's
No,
championship.
we don't need any of that garbage. We just need more tag teams, women's
No,
tag
we don't need
teams.
more tag teams. We need to nix the tag team division. We need undercard women's storylines between singles women that will build them up through the ranks, and then you'll have multiple challengers lined up.
There's too many girls to put on single matches. That's why they even made the tag team women's championships, so they could have something to do with the 60 people they have sitting in fucking catering that they're fucking paying to fucking eat and travel there and sit there all fucking day long praying to God that Trips or someone comes and says something. Can I get a promo? Can I get a match? Can I get a run-in? Can I get an interview?
They don't know what they're doing with their women's division. They don't know what they're doing.
This is their women's division. It's a fucking random mess. It's a dartboard of ideas and shenanigans, and it's disgusting. You know what the women's tag team division should be right now? It should have already been Shanna Stark, Zoe Baszler, kicking the shit out of everybody for a year. Let them become badass tag team champions. Then Bianca and this other girl maybe come in and form a tag team after Jade Cargill learns how to wrestle in the singles fucking division first.
God, the women's wrestling in WWE, it is just in a dark, dark place, man. You know it's in a dark place when the seduction of Dominic Mysterio by Liv Morgan is their top storyline.
Fuck, man. Gunther defeated Finn Balor. Now, I'll give anybody credit that gets in the ring with Finn Balor. You get in the ring with Finn Balor, that means you are legit. They don't put you in the ring with Finn Balor unless they think you can put on a match with him and survive. Finn Balor survived. He thrived. But in the end, Gunther does what Gunther does. And Damian Priest, of course, had to come out because Gunther, of course, with the excessive choke out, Finn Balor almost getting murdered. And then Damian would come in and, of course, he has to look good right before he loses the title. What did you think about Monday Night Raw's main event? And overall, do you give the show a thumbs up? I thought it was medium at best. The way medium heat. It wasn't really hot.
It was barely even half baked, man. It just didn't hit. It didn't hit. There was little to no energy, which was actually quite depressing. It's actually sad when you think about it that a crowd of 3,000 to 4,000 for AEW on Dynamite can actually give you more energy than a crowd of fucking 12,000 in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's around here. It's not a thumbs down, but I fell asleep, so maybe I don't know.
It was lackluster. It was boring. It was a boring show.
This is a nice shot with McAfee in the background, and he's just watching Damian Priest. I wonder what he's thinking. He's like, "Oh man, Gunther, that title's going to look good on Gunther."
I'll tell you this though, I think that Gunther's going to bring the best out of Damian Priest.
Well, make sure that you're watching this Saturday, 7:00 Eastern time, SummerSlam. A lot to look forward to. We gave you our picks. Let us know your picks in the chat, and the person that picks correctly the most gets a free 8x10 from a random wrestler of my fucking choosing. So we got a little prize going. So give me your picks in the chat. I'll check them out. Whoever's the most accurate will get a free 8x10. And if there's a tie, then we're going to bring you on the show live next week, and we'll have like a game show or something with questions. And the loser doesn't get shit. It's the way it should be, the American way.
You better do your fucking research, baby. You better do your fucking research if you wish to participate in Saturday.
Yeah, I'll check all the comments on Saturday morning, and all the contestants. I'll get them lined up, and we'll figure it out. Hopefully, somebody actually takes part in this. Yeah, High Intensity was the shit. Nana was amazing. Great weekend at House of Glory. Absolutely sick time with Swerve Strickland. But now let's do that. Let's talk about Swerve Strickland. Let's talk about AEW. Let's talk about everything that is AEW. And we might as well just start off with the weekly review, which is Ring of Honor. Death Before Dishonor. Now, I did not watch this. I've seen some highlights. I know who won. MXM defeated Spanish Announce Project. You had Marina Schaefer defeating Angelina Risk. We had Top Flight defeating the Outrunners. The Beast Mortals defeating Commander. Mike Bennett, Matt Taven defeating Kyle O'Reilly and Tomohiro Ishii. Damante defeating, she got defeated by Layla Hirsch. A lot of matches on this card, right? Wheeler Yuta defeated this guy.
No. Lee Moriarty actually won that match.
Lee Moriarty won this match.
Lee Moriarty is the new
My
pure
sources.
wrestling champion.
What happened here?
Red Velvet won. Red Velvet won, yes.
And Dustin Rhodes was wrestling with the Von Erichs? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy
Dude,
shit.
it was a fantastic show. Excellent show. One of the best shows of the year on Tony Khan's part. The only lackluster match on the main card was the survival of the fittest match. And it's not because it was bad, but because it was rushed.
Wow. Athena defeated Queen.
Dude, Athena's on the run of a lifetime right now. She's the best women's champion in all of wrestling.
Wow. I love Athena.
And Mark
Briscoe won this match. Wow.
Yeah. Mark Briscoe, baby, won the match.
What was the match of the night?
Ooh, tough choice, man. I don't know, but I think I may have to give the edge to Diamante and Layla Hirsch. They beat the shit out of each other, man. We had tacks. We had barbed wire boards. We had ladders. We had tables. We had kendo sticks. We had chairs. Dude, they did a lot in 15 minutes. You got to go out and rewatch that match. Athena and Aminata, that was excellent. The Undisputed Kingdom versus the Conglomeration, one of the best tag team matches of the year so far. And then obviously Mark Briscoe and Roderick Strong, they put on an awesome main event. Excellent match. And I also got to give credit to Wheeler Yuta and Lee Moriarty because, dude, they were put in a tough spot. Because you had Beast Mortos and Commander, you had the Conglomeration versus Tomohiro Ishii and Kyle O'Reilly, and then you had the Texas Death Match between Diamante and Hirsch. And those two individuals, Wheeler and Lee, were put in a very tough spot. Dude, they put on a 20-minute technical masterpiece, and Lee Moriarty gets his just due. And it's a great thing to see with Lee Moriarty getting it because he's been signed with AEW under Tony Khan for about 3 years now. He's never bitched. He's never moaned, never complained, never gone out of his way to say that he's being mistreated. No. Sat quiet and he worked his fucking ass off. He went out there, worked his ass off, and guess what? He was rewarded for his hard work by becoming the pure champion, and that is something I will always get behind.
Yeah, Ultimate Warrior versus Rick Rude and Piper coming out. That was an absolute classic. I remember that. I'm trying to keep you all updated on TNA. The Rascals earlier tonight, they defeated Speedball Mountain. We also had Jordan Grace come out. She issued a TNA Knockouts Championship Open Challenge. So let's see what happens with that. What else we got? Rosemary defeated Kristara. The System are regrouped and refocused following a rough TNA Slammiversary. Campaign Sync confronts and challenges Mike Santana. Josh Alexander still refuses to fully explain his actions. Frankie Kazarian has defeated Ryan Nemeth. And then Josh Alexander, of course, attacked him. Jody Threat with Danny Luna defeated Masha Slamovich. And Joe Hendry needs the believers to continue to believe. And I don't think that's going to be a problem, Storms. I think Joe Hendry's in a place right now. And I'm looking forward to next week's match with Joe Coffey. I feel bad for Joe Hendry because I think he's going to get beat up by Gallus, but should be a good match until they all get involved.
I think that Joe Hendry is ultimately going to make history. I think he's going to win 2 world championships this year.
Dude, everything he's doing is like never been done before. This guy is wrestling on TNA, on WWE, wrestling on indie shows, doing autograph signings, pretty much has a contract right now, like where he can literally do whatever. They just said, do whatever the fuck you feel like type of contract.
He's making the rounds. He's really putting his name out there. You got to respect that.
Yeah, I really do, man. And just absolutely crazy on TNA right now. We're still waiting for the main event, which is going to be Nick Nemeth versus Mustafa Ali. And we'll keep you posted as the night goes on. But for now, we'll get back to, oh yeah, look at that shot of Damian Priest again. He's definitely losing that title. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. But we were on the AEW Weekly Review. We'll start off with Rampage. Storm's probably third favorite show.
It depends on some weeks, but this week's Rampage was not terrible. They actually gave a little bit of importance to Rampage, and it was Darby Allin that became the winner of the Royal Rampage for the 2nd year in a row. And for anyone that's wondering, well, why did Darby Allin win? It's quite simple. Tony Khan is taking a new approach here, And if you've noticed, the last couple weeks, he's been making AEW TV feel more unpredictable. Now, with Darby Allin winning, it does make the main event of All In a little bit more unpredictable. It could be Swerve, it could be Bryan. Either way, Darby, he's got the match for Grand Slam, and I can't shit on it being Darby because Darby Allin's fucking great. Darby Allin getting the showcase is a great thing, and Tony Khan is building long-term. So it was a fun little Royal Rampage. Chris Statlander, obviously, she defeated Layla Gray, and she got a win over Willow Nightingale this past Wednesday. Statlander, she's been getting some wins as of lately. Keep that up. Lance Archer, he got a win because he was going into a match against Ospreay on Wednesday, which we will talk about because the opening segment for Dynamite was excellent. Really good stuff right there. And then, of course, in the main event, Kyle Fletcher and Roosh, Don Callis family, they get the win. I got no issue with that.
I'm happy every time that Roosh or Fletcher get a win. They're both insanely talented.
Absolutely. And by the way, we should definitely start building them up in the tag team division. Potentially get them involved if they want to at some point after All In.
What do you call that tag team?
It's the Don Callis family.
Just the Don Callis family,
pretty much. But at All In, it's obviously going to be a triple threat tag team match. It's going to be the Acclaimed, FTR, and the Young Bucks.
So would you say this is one of the better? It looks like it was one of the better rampages they've had in a while.
This year, yes. I would say it was one of the better rampages, and they're heavily pushing Darby, which is a great thing to see because he's fucking great at what he does. And
it's nice to see Lance on TV kicking ass too.
Lance Archer's great at what he does, and I really do wish they would do more with him. That's
between him and Big Bill, they're the two best big guys and Luchasaurus, actually. Those are the best three big guys they have.
Luchasaurus, he's the only one who's a champion right now.
It's true.
I don't know. We'll have to
big
wait.
Guys don't win a lot of championships in AEW. I hope Hobbs comes back soon too.
I do believe he should because I saw his recovery period and dude, Hobbs is a fucking freak. Hobbs is a freak of nature, and he is
very humble guy too.
Yeah, and he's recovering at a rapid pace. He looks like a great guy too, and I definitely can't wait to see him back because he's awesome at what he does.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a match I might actually have to go back and watch.
Collision is also doing very, very well. The esports stadium has been a great setup, and I really do hope that is something that they continuously do on a yearly basis if they want to do the summer series of AEW in the esports stadium, or if they want to make that the new permanent home of Ring of Honor. I certainly wouldn't mind that. I certainly would not mind that whatsoever. So Orange Cassidy and Johnny TV, this was solid for what it was, but obviously it really wasn't anything over the top. What they need to do is they need to start getting Cassidy in some higher priority championship pictures. I'm not saying that he needs to win, but he would be a great challenger for a guy like Okada or a guy like Perry or even a guy like MJF. Those mid-card championships, they need solid challengers. Those champions need people that they can beat to help them, and Cassidy is the perfect guy for that. He's not going to be winning another championship for another year or two, but before you start experimenting with him back in the world title scene, let him help elevate some other guys.
I wouldn't even put him in the world title scene, but they might.
Dude, if you haven't seen Hologram is fucking great at what he does.
I've seen the clips. Yeah, he looks like the real deal.
Dude, I don't know how far he's going to go, but Hologram is absolutely fucking amazing. And the Beast Mortos, man. Beast Mortos, he's been doing his thing. He's been getting a lot of showcases. He has looked great. He actually got a win on Dynamite this past Wednesday, which I can't complain. If they're going to put him in a Ring of Honor world title feud with Mark Briscoe, I'm not going to sit here and bitch about it because the Beast Mortos is fantastic at what he does. So let him go out there. And
he looks like a monster. That's a good win for Hologram right there. Just, you can beat a guy that looks like that and makes you look good. So,
dude, he's ready for Dynamite. Hologram is ready for Dynamite.
We'll see where they're going to put him in the storyline, man. That rotation, that Dynamite rotation is hard to get into right now. It was nice to see Thunder Rosa picking up another win against Maya World.
Yes, absolutely. I'm not sure where they go with Rosa, but I'll tell you what. If you want to revisit the Thunder Rosa Mariah May match after Mariah May wins the Women's World Championship, I wouldn't mind that. Would not mind seeing Thunder Rosa versus Mercedes Moné at some point after All In. But when we get to Mercedes Moné, it seems as though they're building long-term with that storyline between Moné and Britt, and we'll talk about what we could be headed towards at All In and potentially All Out. But it's great to see Thunder Rosa get a victory, like you said.
Yeah, no, I just want to see Thunder Rosa get treated with a little more respect, and she should always be like a threat to the title, no matter who's holding it. That's how they should book her. Premier athletes lost to the conglomeration. I guess these guys are fucking over, right? They've been winning all over the place lately.
I mean, you may have to give them a shot at the patriarchy. Obviously, that's not going to happen anytime soon. I do believe it's going to be the House of Black versus the patriarchy at All In. But conglomeration versus patriarchy, that should be coming in the near future.
By the way, on Impact, this match is starting right now. Main event time. It looks like they're going to give them 40 minutes to go out there and put on a match, maybe even more if it go over. Well, I'll keep you posted on what happens as we're here live covering AEW. We were just talking about Collision. I believe we have FTR also defeating MXM. It's nice to see them back on TV. I thought they had something going in WWE when they were doing all that, especially with LA Knight, because LA Knight can make anything work. Obviously, that wasn't what was meant for him long term, but at the end of the day, he's good at anything. And I was buying it at that time. So I want to see what they're going to do in AEW. Can they become tag team champions, Storms?
Probably not, but I will say this, that they've been pushing professional wrestling a lot more, and they actually held their own here against FTR in a very good match. And I would
imagine that was a great match, actually.
It was a very good match, yes. And I'm happy that FTR is back quickly. I know that Dax had that hematoma in his back, but it recovered fairly quickly, which is a great thing. They were only out for about 5 weeks at most, which is good. And now that they're back, now we got FTR starting to win some matches like someone should be doing in a professional wrestling show, winning matches, and now they're going to be involved at All In with the Acclaimed and with the Young Bucks in a triple threat tag team match for the tag team titles.
Dolph Ziggler, so much intensity hopping up to the ring. That belt just flew right off. I'm sure he's happy to be on TV right now as a world champion, Storms. It's got to be a good feeling.
It's about time that he gets what he properly deserves.
I'll keep you updated. He's getting in the ring right now. Mustafa stepping out of the ring, giving him the champion's respect. Pac, another win on Collision. I didn't see this match, but I've seen Leo Rush in action. I've seen Pac in action. I can only imagine the high-flying shenanigans that were going on in this show.
Decent little match right here, and I do believe that Pac is going to get involved in the Will Ospreay and MJF program at some point. I'm shocked that they didn't do it already, but I do believe that match will end up turning into a fatal four-way with Pac and Garcia joining the fray.
Well, right now, to give you some breaking news, and I know people who know Daniel Garcia and they work with him, Daniel Garcia has not signed a new contract yet. And that's why he hasn't been put in the storyline, because they were unsure whether he was going to sign or not. The plan was, if he signs, he's definitely in that match with MJF, 100%. If he doesn't sign, that might just be a triple threat match now.
Probably, but I do hope that he resigns, because if he resigns, then this is their biggest
he has to make up his mind, because the show's going to go on without him. If he doesn't sign, he's not getting the match.
Listen, here's the thing.
The next week.
If he resigns, he's not going to win at All In. He's not going to win at All In.
No, of course not. No.
MJF is going to get some solid, and I mean,
but you would be, don't lie. If let's say he did win, that would be fucking shocking.
Oh, that would be a great win. But when we're talking about a guy like MJF, you got to give him just a little bit of time. So I do believe probably either at Wrestle Dream or maybe Full Gear, that's when we're going to see Daniel Garcia versus MJF, and Daniel Garcia is going to end up winning the American Championship. He's going to probably bring back the International Championship, and we're going to see Daniel Garcia.
No, goddamn the International Championship. It's all about America. It's the American Championship.
Listen, I'm an American boy, but
God bless MJF. I'm a fan of the presidential gimmick, actually. I hope it lasts for a whole year, or at least all the way up to the election if we can. That would be good shit.
I'll say that. Yeah, I'll say that. We also had Battle of the Belts right after Collision.
Yeah, we did. Here's some shots, though. I did the shots of Collision first, and then we'll go right into Battle of the Belts. These super long shows, by the way.
It was actually a fairly quick show, if I'm going to be quite honest with you.
No way. They probably filmed 86 Ring of Honor matches after the Battle of the Belts.
No, the Ring of Honor tapings were actually in the afternoon before the show.
Oh, wow.
Those were separate, actually.
They got to stop doing those 5-hour things. It's bad.
Well, listen, as long as the Ring of Honor episodes on a weekly basis are only an hour, we're good.
I'll say this. Mordos is impressive.
Dude, he's fucking great at what he does.
Impressive.
Absolutely fucking great.
Presence. Just from a picture, it's scary.
And like the thing is that he's not even that big of a guy. He's
Imagine how badass. They need to push him, bro. That action figure will look sick.
They should push him. They should push him.
Tony needs incredible
baby.
shape, but they're on a big winning streak. Mark Briscoe just winning all over the place, apparently.
And good. And by the way, shout out to GKM. It warms my heart to see GKM on TV.
Oh, well, yeah, you're always gonna love it when you see someone you know on TV getting the break. A lot of highlights from Collision. There's Pac to finish off the show strong. And there we go. Battle of the Belts was live right after Collision. And you
Number
had
11.
Willow Nightingale defeating Deonna Purrazzo. What are we doing with Deonna? Is she ever going to be a world champion, or is her time coming? She on the list?
Yeah, she will be, but again, she hasn't even been there for that long. They've kind of been.
Doesn't mean she doesn't wrestle better than everybody else on there. Like when it comes to mat wrestling, she might be the best one they have. Like at mat wrestling right now.
They've kind of been going like up and down with her. She wins some, she loses some. She wins some, she loses some. Right now, she's kind of stuck in the middle. She's
they were letting her whoop on Thunder Rosa. I was shocked about that. The way they were like letting her whoop on Thunder.
I mean, to be quite honest with you, Deonna needed to win a little bit more because Thunder Rosa is more over than Deonna Purrazzo right now. But Deonna and Willow actually put on a very good match. A couple of stiff moves thrown around in this match. Toni Storm got the win over Taya Valkyrie. Timeless Toni Storm, she has been a little bit more unhinged as of lately, which is a great thing to see. And I know for a fact that match with Mariah is going to be great. And then the main event was also very good. Dustin Rhodes and the Von Erichs get the win. I would have personally gone with the Undisputed Kingdom, but I can't shit on a great moment for Kevin Von Erich and his sons. And now they are the Ring of Honor World 6-Man Tag Team Champions with Dustin Rhodes. And I don't know about you, but I'm really liking the whole stage setup in Esports Stadium. It looks pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I saw a lot of pictures and videos. It does look like a nice setup. That power driver looks nice. Toni Storm's always looking nice.
Good stuff right there. Deonna Purrazzo, she looked nice here. Pretty stiff women's wrestling match with Willow Nightingale. Those are two women that you do not want to get into the ring with because they legit look like they can hurt you.
I think Willow's on that short list of future women's world champions too. But I think Willow's
absolutely.
Gonna do it. I think
and by the way,
she's
gotten herself in tremendous shape. I think she's lost about like 40 or 50 pounds within the last couple of years. Like she looks in phenomenal shape. She moves around quicker.
Her wrestling is money. She's great at what she does, and she takes care of
better and better every single time I see her.
She knows how to work. She really does, and she's got the personality. She's got the attitude. This is a nice moment to just see the Von Erichs with Dustin. A lot of history with that family.
And the Von Erichs, they're not half bad either. They are not half bad. They're slowly growing on me.
Well, we need to see them more. I think that's probably the biggest problem we've had with them is we haven't seen a lot of them. And maybe that's going to change now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to Kevin Von Erich as well. Glad that he got that moment with his sons. I'm glad that he's finally enjoying professional wrestling.
Both these men tying up right now. Dolph trying to take control early with the headlock and right into the pin right away. Innovative move by Dolph Ziggler to start off the match. I'll keep you posted. But again, shout out to Dustin Rhodes. I'm sure that moment meant a lot to him, more than they even can imagine. Just because of the history that, Von Erichs have with his dad. And there's so much history in that one picture. It's fucking wild.
It's crazy. Crazy to think, man. So much history, so much experience, too.
Yeah. And then we get to Dynamite. Swerve Strickland owning Dynamite, right? He's the champion. He's the man, the world champion. A little look at your Dynamite card. And this is what kicks off the night. MJF You know, he's fully buying into this American championship. Look at him, bright red jacket.
Love
Do
it.
you think Will Ospreay says bruv too much?
Not necessarily. I mean, only when he gets really angry and really animated, but we haven't really seen it all that much, if we're going to be quite honest.
Well, on this
This
night,
is like the first time that
he
he's
said
really
he
done
said
that.
bruv like it was like 3 times in a row within like a 12-second span. I was like, all right, bruv.
Well, again, this was only the first time I've actually seen that.
I did like this though. I love when a match opens up from like a segue. So you have MJF, you have Will, and then all of a sudden, boom, Lance Archer is there, and you don't know if like maybe MJF's the reason. You know, maybe he's paying Lance to hurt Will. I mean, that's what it looked like.
Everybody dies.
Look at that. Good match.
Very good stuff here. They always work well together. They had great matches over in New Japan, and it was nice to see a good little brawl between those two. Fletcher, this is an interesting turn of events, and I love that they're doing this. This is a great segue for MJF. Kyle Fletcher, who is Will Ospreay's best friend, and now we're seeing Kyle Fletcher stand up for Will Ospreay. I don't know about you, but with the Don Callis family slowly starting to turn away from Don Callis because Will Ospreay left, Kyle Fletcher is now doing his own thing. I don't know about you guys. Could we potentially see Mark Davis come back? Could we see Will Ospreay and Aussie Open versus the Don Callis family at some point after All In? I certainly would not mind that. But next week, Kyle Fletcher, he's got the biggest matchup of his career thus far. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings to the table next week against Mr. American Hero Friedman.
Yeah, Max looked phenomenal shape as always. Kyle Fletcher, Don Callis, great visuals. I love that they're just even putting Fletcher in the same program with an MJF, with Will Ospreay. You know, it's elevating him. And, you know, now that Will Ospreay's out of the world title picture, it makes sense that maybe they bring back all those guys to start up a feud. Could happen. Good take right there. I'll keep my eyes peeled for that. Willow Nightingale now. She lost to Chris Statlander?
Yes, and Statlander needed that win. Statlander definitely needed that win. I'm assuming, because I believe that we got a bunch of AEW stars in Arena Mexico tomorrow. I think they're doing a show for CMLL tomorrow. MJF's going to be on that show, actually.
Yeah, I saw that. That's going to be wild.
MJF's going to be on that show, so I'm assuming that this is going to be...
I want to really see, after that happens, I want to watch the videos. I want to see the crowd reaction and how they treat MJF. Do they know him? Do they cheer him? Do they boo him?
You know what we need? We're going to need an AEW pay-per-view in Arena Mexico at some point. We need an AEW pay-per-view in Arena Mexico. That would be fucking great.
Could happen. These guys, by the way, on TNA are tearing each other apart. Nick Nemeth just beating the shit out of Mustafa Ali, and then Mustafa with the electric slam on the outside. Dolph Ziggler down. I'll keep you posted on what's going on there. In the meantime, we get back to Dynamite. These great screenshots, compliments of allelitewrestling.com. So make sure you check them out. They actually have a pretty fun website. The roster's up there. I don't see the leaderboards anymore, but hopefully they bring that back soon. But they have, they have a lot of podcasts, a lot of photos, breaking news, a gaming section. Not bad. Check out their website. I'll give them some credit. Bryan Danielson, he comes out, makes a big statement, right?
Mm-hmm. And he actually
get to first. Hold on. Wait. Let's do Mariah May first, right? Because she did an interview with Renee Paquette, head of All In.
She didn't really answer too many questions.
What do you think about the way they presented this interview?
I mean, it was pretty standard. It really didn't do all too much. I think we're going to have to get an actual promo between Mariah May and Toni Storm, probably at some point next week or maybe the week after that. They followed up nicely on the initial beatdown, and the brawl that we got last week was very good as well. So 3 weeks in a row.
Fuck that. I think 3 weeks in a row until All In, we need to get 3 bloody brawls. These girls need to just kill each other, scratch each other's eyes out, bust each other open week after week after week, having to be dragged apart with blood dripping all. They should go wild. make the build up to this match like something like, wow, we got to see this shit. They want to.
Oh, no, absolutely. Like this was a lull week for them, so they should absolutely.
Oh yeah, this is
develop
definitely a break
bit
off.
more.
But you know what? Just because it's a break, they took a little break, doesn't mean we're taking a break here on the Savage Storm Super Wrestling
No,
Show.
absolutely
Because
not.
it's time for Mariah May appreciation. So if you're in front of your screens right now, take a moment to kiss the screen and bow down to greatness, because Mariah May is your next AEW Women's World Champion.
Kiss the screen. Unbelievable.
Kiss it. It's beautiful. Look at her. Kiss it, Storms.
Let's
Come
move
on.
on to Swerve.
Come on, blow her a kiss. Do it.
Let's move on to Swerve and Bryan Danielson.
You're not going to blow Mariah May a kiss on the full screen? You
No, I'm
bastard.
not a simp.
You bastard. All right, Bryan Danielson basically says that if he loses this match, Storms, he's going to fucking retire. He's going to retire. It's over. What do you think this does to the match now? The outcomes. And by the way,
it definitely makes him more interesting.
I'll tell you this, and I got it from a confirmed source. I'm not going to name my name, but it is motherfucking confirmed. This is 100% up to Bryan Danielson.
Really? This is up to Bryan Danielson to see what he wants to do. To be quite honest with you, he's earned it. I'm surprised that they're doing it here. I'm shocked that they're not having him retire at the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington. That actually is a little bit surprising, but
Well, they could have a farewell show there.
they could have a farewell show.
Just
You're
have to
right,
wrestle.
but hey, listen. If this is the end and this is going to be up to Bryan, whatever Bryan decides is whatever Bryan decides. I would personally love to see Swerve retain, but listen, if you're gonna have Bryan go out with a bang, I wouldn't mind seeing Bryan Danielson go out with a bang. We're gonna have to wait and see. But the promo battle between these two, fantastic stuff. Absolutely excellent. Swerve has been killing it as AEW World Champion. Very, very happy that he's been getting the showcase. I selfishly want him to win, and I selfishly want him to continue his reign going into the fall. We'll see what happens. What are you guys' favorite matches at SummerSlam? That's a good discussion.
Brock Lesnar and John Cena comes to mind pretty quickly.
Well, The Undertaker versus Edge, SummerSlam 2008, Hell in a Cell.
The Mega Powers, right? Or not, it wasn't the Mega Powers. It was Hulk Hogan and Beefcake versus Macho Man and Zeus. That was wild.
What year was that?
1989 or 90, 89. I think it was in 89, but it was not a good match, but I loved it as a child. You watch it now, it's like, wow. Wow.
It wasn't even good in the sense that it was basic. It was just bad.
It was good back then because the movie had just come out for No Holds Barred. So you saw Hulk Hogan and Zeus battle in the movie theater, and now they're battling in the WWF wing, and Zeus is tagged up with Macho Man, Hulk Hogan's former partner and best friend. It was wild shit. Wild shit.
I bet. But, dude, fantastic promo between these two. Swerve's killing it. Bryan Danielson, it's up to him. Whatever he decides, it's going to be interesting. That's for sure.
I think he's going to let Swerve retain because, and I said this to Swerve Strickland the other night. I said, listen, your current run right now is actually very special. And there's only one way to keep it special. And that's if they keep that title right there on your waist.
Yeah, dude, the last 12 months, Swerve has been killing it. Ever since coming out of All In last year when he was locked in that coffin, man, he's been doing some great shit, man.
And I'll say this, if it's the last time we ever see Bryan Danielson wrestle, then wow, what a career, a long career. I mean, his footage goes back to where he was putting on bangers with like everyone in the world on the independents before coming over to WWE and then taking that shit over too. And you would have never saw it coming during the McMahon era that a guy this size, besides Rey Mysterio, was going to cause the damage he did. You know, go on to the main event WrestleMania, beat Triple H, beat Batista, beat Randy Orton, all in the same night. You beat three of the greatest of all time to become the undisputed WWE. It's wild. His story, his fairy tale, the Yes Movement, all of that. His breakout promo remember he was supposed to marry, I think it was AJ Lee or whatever, and then he just had a lunatic promo. The thing with the Miz on SmackDown TV. Or Smack Talk, whatever the hell that shit was called.
Talking Smack, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, that's still a legendary segment. People still talk about it. So what a career. we move on to this. The Beast Mortos, Roderick Strong, and Roosh putting an end to the conglomeration's winning ways. And I couldn't be prouder. I mean, that team on the right there, that looks like a badass fucking team. It looks like 3 guys that would definitely kick the shit out of 3 other guys. And that's what they did. What'd you think of this match?
Fun match. It came out of left field. I'm actually surprised that we actually saw the heels take the win here, but I am not going to complain about that whatsoever because Strong is great, Roosh is great, Beast Mortos is great. They definitely needed a win coming out of this past weekend. So you know what? Give them a win. Let's see the Beast Mortos and Mark Briscoe mix it up for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Again,
Mortos, that incredible presence. Just look at that thickness, the size of him, how big he is. Look at his shoulders. Look at Briscoe. Fucking wild to even look at. Oh, boy. We have to hear from Mercedes Moné. Not only do we have to hear from her, we have to watch a squash match from her. And, you know, they only took 2 pictures of it because apparently that's all it was worth. But Mercedes Moné bring out the Brick House Camille, correct? Is that her name? The Brick House
yes.
Camille?
Yeah, the Brick House Camille.
Brick House Camille with her impressive squash match. Go ahead, Storm. Take it away.
Well, listen, a squash match is a squash match, but what really happened here was after the match and the promo that Mercedes cut. And from this promo, she's saying that, number one, this is the first member of Money Corp. So this is not going to be the only individual. I do believe that the Renegade twins, Robin and Charlotte, could end up joining up with Mercedes. And number 2, she says that, hey, there's no one that can stand up to Camille. I mean, let's be honest. Everyone has been predicting this. Jamie Hayter's coming back. Jamie Hayter will be returning at All In. Mercedes is going to beat Britt, and then that's going to result in Jamie Hayter coming back. And then at All Out, it's going to be Camille and Mercedes versus Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker in a tag team match. And that is going to be step number 1 towards getting Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship. And that is going to be one hell of a match. Could be one of the best women's matches that AEW has ever produced. And that's going to be a big time showcase.
There's more. You're about to make me vomit. Are you done talking
I'm
about
talking
Mercedes
the facts
Moné?
here, brother.
Are you talking about Mercedes Moné winning again and again? Vomit. She sucks. Fire her ass now. Pay off her contract. Pay off her contract so she can go back to wherever. Lucha, Voodoo. She can go to Japan. I don't give a fuck where she goes. Get the fuck off my TV screen.
Shit right now.
She is fucking worthless in the ring and on the mic. And I hope
she's great at what she does. You know who's worthless? Charlotte is fucking worthless. We don't need her.
I didn't even mention Charlotte Flair. I'm talking about Mercedes Moné.
You want to claim that Charlotte is the greatest women's wrestler of all time, like a fucking Nimrod.
It's statistically true.
Statistics don't mean shit.
WrestleMania main events on Sunday too, bitch. WrestleMania main events on Sunday too, bitch, in New York City. Might as well be New York City. The fucking New York Giants play there. You know why? Because they don't have the balls to call themselves the New Jersey fucking Giants. Because who wants to be the New Jersey anything? The Nets love you.
Let me tell you something. I'm
we dump our garbage where you live.
I'm going to resurrect this shitty ass state. What's your crime rate at, by the way? What the fuck's your crime rate at?
Oh, wow. Nick Nemeth has beat Mustafa Ali. I was expecting that match to go longer, but I guess there's another main event. It's obviously not Joe Hendry. We know the Rascals won their match. Masha won her match. Rosemary won her match. Ryan Nemeth won his match. It must be this. It's the wedding. It's the wedding. Storms of PCO and Steph DeLander live tonight on Impact. And it looks like Josh Alexander is out here and he has eyes on that TNA World Heavyweight title. How dare he? Stars, are you not ready for this wedding? This wedding is the reason why the crime rate will be down tonight in New York, because people are going to be home, not committing crime, watching the beautiful wedding between Steph DeLander, the Queen of the Indies, the Queen Deathmatch God of the Indies, by the way,
versus the pro wrestling weddings out.
First of all, Some of the weddings have been some of the best entertainment. All right, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon getting married while she was unconscious, and Triple H whispering, "I do." That shit was good TV. It was
It
great.
was nearly 30 fucking years ago.
You fucking didn't even see it, man.
Yeah, I know, and I'm glad I didn't see it.
You missed
And
out
I
on
wouldn't be
good
letting nostalgia
shit.
cloud my mind.
Let me tell you something. When you were 1 year old shitting your pants, I was asking Stephanie McMahon to marry me. Just know that, motherfucker.
Do I give a shit? No.
Well, my friend hit her in the head with a camera, so it didn't really pan out well.
No, of course it didn't pan out well.
No, they didn't. But one day when I get in the room with Triple H, I promise you, I can make Triple H pop in about 30 seconds flat.
We'll see.
No, there's no West Sea. I know certain things. You know what I know? I know Mercedes Moné fucking sucks. She fucking sucks. I hate her. I hate Mercedes Moné. I'm saying it right now. I'm going on a rant. I hate Mercedes Moné. Take her off TV. Fire her. Take her off TV. I hope Britt Baker rearranges her whole fucking face.
Darby Allin and Hangman Page, they main evented the show.
Good match.
Darby got the win. This was expected, actually, because you're not going to have Darby lose when he's got two major title matches coming up. Decent show overall, but after the last 4 weeks of really, really, really hot TV, the last 4 weeks, this was more of a come-down show. We did get some decent material, and we did get some build towards All In, but you compare it to the last 4 weeks, this was a little bit of a calm down, a low down show, but still decent enough to get by. We'll see what happens as we get into the month of August and as we head into All In. And I do believe that they could be peaking 55K if they continue to promote.
Reach for the sky, boy. I'm buying that.
Boy.
That looks like a nice box set. Damn shame I never got to meet him. Man, I became fans of them way too late.
God bless Jay Briscoe's soul, man.
But title versus career. AEW London All In. The AEW World Championship is on the line when Swerve Strickland, when Prince Nana by his side, takes on Bryan Danielson live Sunday, August 25th. Wembley fucking Stadium. 80,000 people. I'm going with Swerve retaining. I think that's the right decision. Swerve retains his title. Who do you got?
I'll probably stick with you there. Swerve retains the championship.
All right, as rarity, here we go. This is the one where we're going to clash now. Okay, yes. Mercedes Moné loses to Dr. Britt Baker after she knocks out at least 4 of her.
She's not losing. She's having at least a 200-day reign with that championship. She can go undefeated until next year.
Hawk to you on that shit.
And let me tell you something. No matter how much you hate her, she is a great wrestler. She's put on great matches, and she's going to do it again with Britt Baker, and this will result in the return of Jamie Hayter.
Bayley, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, all better.
No, they're not.
All better. It's a matter of
no,
fact,
they're not.
not opinion.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Actually, it is a matter of opinion. My opinion. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
You're
My
right.
opinion,
not the
Will
fact.
Ospreay, does he need this win? Does he need it more than Max? Or, like you said, is this going to just change? We're going to get Pac in there because as of right now, they've been booking it as a one-on-one.
I don't know. To be quite honest,
24 days left. It could stay a one-on-one. We only got 24 days, man.
It all depends on what they want to do.
If it stays one-on-one, who are you picking? I think I have to remain with MJF only because I like what he's doing with that title right now. And maybe Will can just chase him for it for a while. Maybe MJF screws him out of this again and again. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, it depends on what they want to do, because here's the thing. If it doesn't end up being a fatal 4-way and it ends up being a one-on-one, I can see MJF losing because of one of two reasons. Number one,
hold on. Free. Alec agrees Mercedes is overrated in some aspects. She's not better than Bayley.
Thank you. Thank you, Alec. Thank you, Alec.
She's not better than Becky.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, Alec, for your irrelevant stance.
Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Continue with defending Mercedes shithead or whatever the fuck we were talking about.
I was talking about MJF and Will Ospreay before you had Alec the idiot interrupt me. Anyway.
I'm sorry. It's his fault. It was 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So here's the thing. If it doesn't end up being a fatal four-way and it stays a one-on-one match, I could see MJF losing because of one of two reasons. He's either losing because of Daniel Garcia, or he could be losing because of Adam Cole, because Adam Cole has been. I don't want to fucking hear about a fucking wedding.
It's up next. I just
Fucking Bride of Frankenstein shit. I don't care, man. Unless
well, that's not yet because Rhino's coming out here. He has a tie. I think he's the best man, or he might be the. I think he's performing the ceremony. Storms, it's Rhino. No, Santino.
Of course it's Rhino. Why
Santino. No, Rhino's the best man. Santino Marella is he is the priest. And we have Zaya Brookside. She's out here. And of course, she's the bridesmaid. So congratulations to Zaya Brookside. She looks phenomenal. She's great. Future NXT champion. I think she'll calling it.
But listen,
she's not NXT now, but she will be again.
Yeah, she's not in NXT now.
But she'll be back. She'll be back.
I do think Adam Cole could very well play a factor into this.
I just heard they're getting divorced. Sasha got divorced, and now I heard Adam Cole, Bebe, is getting divorced with Britt Baker too.
I don't think they were ever married, Adam Cole and Britt
Well,
Baker.
split then. Splitsky. It's a Splitsky, broski.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Okay. So you got MJF on this.
I don't know. It's tough to call. I think this is an unpredictable one. They could go with MJF. It could become a fatal four-way, or we could see Adam Cole or Daniel Garcia potentially cost MJF, and Will Ospreay wins it back. I can't really give you a straightforward prediction.
Okay. I'm going with MJF. I just like what they're doing. Jack Perry, Darby Allin. Now this has become a very interesting matchup. There is a lot of history there. Two of the pillars. TNT Championship on the line. And by the way, PCO is being electrocuted right now by a nun. He's draped in gold. He's got titles. Wow, this is good stuff. Right? It's not even Halloween, and I'm scared. He's the International Heavyweight Wrestling Champion and the Digital Media Champion. Hashtag PCO not human. Do you realize how good he looks for his fucking age? It's crazy.
I'll give him that. He looks good for his age. But as far as this match goes, this is Jack Perry. This is Jack Perry's match. You got to build him up. You got to be in a position where he is putting out some great matches and he is putting out some credible performances. Give Jack Perry the win. Darby doesn't need it right now. If Darby is to win a championship, he could possibly be the one to take it off Swerve.
Do you give him a clean win?
Jack Perry? Yeah, I would, honestly. I mean, it only makes sense. You got to build him up. You got to make him look strong. I don't know who's going to take that title off of Jack Perry, but as of right now, it's Jack Perry's time. You got to keep him looking strong.
Okay. Mercedes Moné, she was at Comic-Con causing all kinds of chaos, and now because of that,
it's Swerve Strickland in the background. Swerve Strickland's like, I don't know about this, but
because
I just stumbled into.
Yeah, because I think he agrees with me. She needs to go home.
Shut up.
Grand Slam Wednesday, September 25th. Get your tickets now. They are selling fast. Here comes the most beautiful bride on TV right now, Steph DeLander. And, she's being accompanied by her father, who looks like he could be the Prince of Darkness. Here's a look at your current AEW champions. We'll see if that changes in the next few weeks. And again, reach for the skies, boy. Go pick that up. I'm sure all proceeds are going to go to help out the Briscoe family. Happy birthday to Prince Nana. Make sure you swerve while you drive, brother. Have a good night tonight. Here's some looks at Rampage coming up this Friday. What is it? Yeah, tomorrow night, right?
Tomorrow night.
MXM's in action against Private Party. Another big match here. The Beast Motos, Undisputed Kingdom, taking on Darby Allin, Mark Briscoe, and FTR. We'll see what happens. Imagine they win again, Beast Mortals.
I wouldn't mind it.
And then on Dynamite, this is huge. This is going to be a fun match. Do you think they're going to open the show, Storms?
I think that they will.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it. And Jeff Jarrett taking on Bryan Danielson. You got to imagine they're going to have a lot of fun with that one because they've probably known each other a long time. But in my knowledge, I don't think they've ever wrestled.
No, this is the first time.
Yeah. So, this is two guys who've known each other for a long time. Probably were like, dude, we need to get a match before you, call it quits maybe. So here it comes. It's coming to you next week live on Dynamite. I'm looking very forward to that. But real quick, why don't we get this out of the way? Because there's always breaking. Talked about it earlier tonight. Shane McMahon could be involved with AEW. Mercedes Moné advocates for AEW women's division behind closed doors. Does that even make sense? How is that even breaking news? Why wouldn't she advocate for the women's division? Why is that breaking news, Storms?
Because people are desperate for headlines.
Not fucking real.
Pretty much.
Ring of Honor talent constantly in talks with Tony Khan about AEW return. My question to you is, besides Athena, who else from Ring of Honor deserves to come up to Dynamite or Rampage or Collision?
Billy Starks is definitely one. She is a great young talent over there. Very, very, very well done. If they want to build up a Shane Taylor Promotions, obviously, you got them over there. You want to build up the Gates of Agony in the tag team division, you got them. If you really want to build up a guy like, who else is down there? Maybe a guy like Dalton Castle. It all depends.
Jonathan Gresham, maybe?
Jonathan Gresham's in TNA right now, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, that's right. He was in Ring of Honor for a hot minute, though. Damn,
he was,
I forgot about that. Sammy Guevara turned down the initial AEW return plans. What do you think they are going to even have for him with all these other stories or angles going on? I'd love to see him get launched into the world title picture, but what's the right way to get him involved, let's say, against Swerve Strickland? Or
he
maybe
recently just returned to Ring of Honor. He could be fighting Mark Briscoe for the Ring of Honor World Championship. He returned during the tapings.
So we're not putting him on Dynamite.
We're not putting him on Dynamite as of right now, and to be quite honest with you, it doesn't really feel like he's needed. But if you want to make Ring of Honor feel a little bit more important, putting Sammy Guevara on there and potentially building up Sammy Guevara versus Mark Briscoe, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
To me, he's better than Ring of Honor, and no, that's no disrespect.
I know, but you got to make Ring of Honor feel important. If the motto and the goal, according to reports, is to make Ring of Honor feel,
in my opinion, he needs to get in that triple threat match, or make it a triple threat match between Darby Allin and Jack Perry, man, like a triple threat pillars match.
Maybe if you want to experiment with it after all in, you can. But as of right now, I think that Sammy Guevara, he could definitely add some value to Ring of Honor.
Listen, this is a beautiful moment right now. The wedding is happening, and PCO, he took the ring that he's putting on her finger. He took it off. It looks like a corpse's finger. So very interesting. We'll keep you posted on that. Back to the breaking news for AEW. Goldberg addresses MJF's threat to beat him up, and he says he actually loves it. You know, as long as he's staying in character, because if he's doing that as the real version, you know, that would be a fucking mistake. What do you think? Goldberg versus MJF ever? Maybe?
Probably never.
Would you think that could draw money? I think that would draw money, actually, though.
Yeah, draw money, but it all depends on how long Goldberg can actually last. He's huffing and puffing after 90 seconds.
You only need 90 seconds.
No, you don't.
By the way, AJ Francis, First Class, Rich Swann, AJ Francis, they're out there right now, and they are disrupting this wedding. Unbelievable, the disrespect here shown on TNA. We'll keep you posted. Ex-WWE referee receives backlash after calling out AEW over unprotected chair shot. And guess what? You can hear all about that later tonight on The Party with Marty, his exclusive response to what those AEW stars told him. Mercedes Moné sets sights on wrestling at the 2024 Paris Olympics. She should set her sights on wrestling now because she stinks.
Well, the second part was factually incorrect, but at the end of the day, there's no way that that professional wrestling is going to become part of the Olympics. Why? Because it's predetermined. Here's the thing with professional wrestling.
Oh, listen, no. It could be like ballet or like ice skating. That's what Jericho said.
Sport. It's a very unique sport, but the fact that it's predetermined, you can't really decide on athletic merit.
Oh, not necessarily. There could be teams, except the teams aren't teams that face each other. They're teams. How can I say it? They're like a team. But their job as a team is to put on a match. So you have, let's say, 10 teams, and then one of those teams is going to be the gold medalist. Who put on the best match?
Probably.
I mean, that's the only way that you could do it, so that everybody could be judged. Because at the end of the day, each match is a match. Each match is a spectacle. And if you have, let's say, 10 matches, and 10 matches are fighting for the gold medal, and you have them from countries. So you have 2 guys from America together, 2 guys from France together, 2 guys, you know what I'm saying? And then each one of those countries goes on there and puts on a match. And then we find out which country puts on the best match. And you have judges that vote. That's the only way you could do it.
Possibly, but I don't think they're going to add wrestling to the Olympics.
I can't even believe Mercedes Monet was smart enough to say anything like this, because I humbly agree with her. Wrestling is as old as the Olympics. Wrestling was actually invented maybe a little bit before the Olympics. They invented the Olympics because of wrestling. They were like, holy shit, this is great. Let's make a big fucking event and see who the best in the fucking world is. That's where it started. The best in the world, it started in Greece in the Olympics, bitch.
I'm surprised you didn't say that the Greeks invented wrestling.
We invented your mother.
No. When it comes to DJ Storms, I made wrestling cool again.
Okay, I'll take it. Well, you do run the IWC, hypothetically. Sky Blue, she's going to undergo surgery. I'll say this. I hope she feels better sooner than later.
Yeah, I hope it's nothing too serious. I hope she's back by the fall, because Sky Blue is great at what she does. Again, another instance of the injury bug just taking over.
Matt Cardona is here with a brick in his hand. He just knocked out PCO, and now he's beating PCO with the altar. He literally took the altar and is beating PCO to death with it.
Matt Cardona. Is
Matt
he back
Cardona.
from his surgery, or?
Yeah, he looks like he is more than back. Shit. I'm sorry, PCO. MJF hailed as the AEW's equivalent of The Rock. Bold statement, but kind of hard to argue when it comes to the mic skills.
I understand it in that regard, but I'll tell you one thing that I really hate about professional wrestling, especially in the modern day. I hate when they try to compare the stars of today to the stars of the past. Because here's the thing. There's never going to be another Rock. There's never going to be another Rock. There's never going to be another Austin. Never going to be another Undertaker. There's never going to be another John Cena. Why don't we focus on MJF becoming the first MJF? Why don't we focus on Swerve Strickland?
Well, listen, as long as people are alive from those eras, you're going to get the comparisons. That's why it never ends with LeBron and Michael, because all the Michael Jordan fans are still alive. And in another 20 years, when we're all dead, it will be LeBron and this guy. Who's better, LeBron or the new guy?
Listen, Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player.
Obviously, we all know that because we have intelligence, unlike the rest of these morons, especially from New Jersey. PCL getting up right now. Matt Cardona is going to have hell to pay, I am sure. To answer your question, top 5 unsigned wrestlers, it would have been Jacob Fatu if you asked me a few months ago. I'll go with Matt Cardona. Unsigned, needs to be signed.
Yeah, he's on there.
I would have said Spencer Slade, but he was just signed to the NWA. But yeah, I would sign Lance on Hawaii. I would honestly sign Amazing Red after what I saw last week. I would sign Zilla Fatu, and I would also sign. Pay attention for this name because he's going to come up quick. Superstar V Marino. Pay attention to Superstar V Marino.
V Marino. I have to take a look at him.
Yeah, take a look at him. Best pile driver in the business right now. Back to the breaking news. We only got one more story left as TNA ends, by the way, and New Japan starts if you got Access TV. Goldberg, again here on the breaking news, calls out Tony Khan as a male version of Dixie Carter. And I'll just let you touch that one because I don't agree with that.
Goldberg, you're over here. Fucking stupid ass take right here. Was Dixie Carter selling as many tickets as Tony Khan was? Was Dixie Carter packing 81,000 people into Wembley, and now he's going to pack another 50,000 this year? I mean, come on. How fucking
She was packing things, but into her mouth.
Yeah, exactly. How the fuck can you compare Tony Khan to Dixie Carter? Very stupid. It's a stupid fucking statement.
Yes, Alex Spencer has signed with the NWA for the foreseeable future. He will be dominating NWA.
He's going after the world championship, and sooner
I'm working on it. I also have some breaking news of my own. Breaking news is that I will be getting trained personally by Alpha on Hawaii to kind of refreshen myself a little bit and to say and feel the Samoan training. I want to be able to have that little badge of honor. And, just go get my ass kicked by maybe the biggest, baddest Samoan in the world today, Alpha Jr. So, yes, Alpha Jr. will be kicking my ass into shape over the next few months as I basically earn my way into the family a little bit. I'm going to pay my dues. So I just want everybody to know out there that I will be doing everything in my power to become the absolute best at what I'm about to embark on, which is to be the absolute most prepared, most incredible, confident, inspired, motivated, and prepared manager in the history of this business. And I want to do it from working my way all the way from a phone call on Busted Open all the way to whining and dining with world champions and managing future world champions. That's my goal here on Wrestling with Savage. Storms has his goals, and he's got his eyes set on a big debut right now. First time show, Battle in the Borough, coming up October 19th. Savage will tell you this: I will make sure that whoever I bring, whether it's Spencer Slade, Phil Insane, V Marino, or any of my other potential clients in the future, we are coming to any show we go to A, steal the show, and send someone home in an ambulance if we can.
We'll see what happens. But also, don't forget, people, check me out on all platforms, social media. Check me out on YouTube, DJ Storms. Check me out on Rumble, DJ Storms. We're live on Rumble right now for another episode of Savage Storm Wrestling Super Show. Get your DJ Storms merch, your wristbands, your t-shirts, your combs, and you could be so fucking delicious and scrumptious like I am. Be sure to catch the Lightning Flash update this Saturday, special 1:30 p.m. start time. Thank you to all of the local businesses around Elmwood Park, New Jersey, who have donated towards this historic show taking place on October 19th, and plenty more good stuff will come. I'm going to be working on a second show. Do not think that this is going to be the last one. And as of course, Savage will be in attendance, and I will be announcing match number 2 for Battle in the Borough tomorrow afternoon. Get ready. You are going to want to save the date because it is going to be one hell of a show. Savage, I believe we got everything, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, almost everything. Almost everything. I just want to make sure everybody subscribes to DJ Storms. And if you haven't done so, make sure you go over to Wrestling with Savage and subscribe there as well. If you want to find DJ Storms, very easy. Go to my page, scroll all the way to the bottom. I have him nicely placed in between of Marty Jannetty and Battlefield Pro Wrestling, which you should also follow. Make sure you follow the Party with Marty, my cousin Cri Text. You can even follow that bum, Tantalizing Tony. He does a wrestling show too, but whatever. I just wanted to say this. I put up today my old episode playlist right here. So basically, you go in here, and every single episode that I've ever done on this show and on my show, the old show, they're all there. There's like over 300 episodes. Gaming, wrestling podcast. It's fucking crazy. There's a lot of shit there. I gave it all back to the fans because I know there's some people that say, hey, man, didn't you start this show 3 years ago? And now you can go and see that show that I started 3 years ago in all its shitty glory because I had no idea what I was doing. But we evolve as we grow, and that's what we do here at Savage Storm. We're going to continue to grow, evolve, and get better week after week and continue to bring you great shows, superstars, interviews, and much, much more down the line. So make sure you stay tuned. And as always, make sure that you stay savage, not average. We'll see you next week.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, pressing you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam. Choke slam, hit you raw, this is Wrestling with Savage. Back down, hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage.
The epitome of scrapping them toe to toe. We ride or die, my kingdom's with me, legendary up in my road. Tearing limbs up on my pole, the ankle lock grip is accurate. Greek God in the flesh, every move is immaculate.
Savage Kingdom march on bones. Savage Kingdom fight, we reign. Savage Kingdom march on bones. Savage Kingdom fight, we reign.
I be the king of the ring, the mightiest force to be reckoned with. The unstoppable, immovable manager, cause an exodus of other voices making money, choices, and wins. PG era is dead, the Savage era begins.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, pressing you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam. Choke slam, hit you raw, this is Wrestling with Savage. Back down, hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage.
The real boss of all bosses, pile drivers, hip tosses. We holding multiple titles while you keep stacking up losses. Lost the talent that flosses, y'all can't even present a match.